leisure.
Right.
So the Ayala Mall at the Angeles exit.
Yes,
with,
it's there already.
The SM mall that went in a couple years ago. So.
There's one in San Fernando and one in Angeles, in Clark right now. So I think we're going to see more north of Clark.
I think so. And the biggest thing is getting the business community to offset. I predict on this show, I predict that northern Luzon will overtake the southern Manila in the future. You'll see Tagaytay is a wonderful place, but it's a history. The future is the Zambales Mountains.
Yes.
All I would do is challenge every Filipino watching your show to drive the Subic-Clark-Tarlac Expressway. Get on at Mablacat, go up MacArthur Highway, get on the expressway, drive to Subic, and come back. And the most beautiful mountains in the world are on the west side of the toll road, the Zambales Mountains, and you're going to. This is going to be new, wide roads, master plan communities and resorts and developments. 20 minutes to the beach, 20 minutes to the airport. This is the future of the Philippines. It's right here.
It's right here, huh? Right now.
Right here at Clark.
Right. So it's really good that you talk about it because, as I said, it raises the morale of the people. And we want our local investors to put in their money together so they can join and invest in all this undertaking. In fact, the Department of Tourism people said that in the next few years we'll be needing an additional 5,000 hotel rooms.
I believe it, and I believe that's an understatement.
Understatement, okay.
We are looking at some other developments and other investments in this area.
Right.
We're captivated by northern Luzon, but also let me tell you, because of our positioning in Kuwait, we're also looking very strongly at Mindanao. And one of the advantages of attracting Arab investors now, you have a lot of Japanese and Korean and Chinese and American investors who have been here a long time.
Yes.
But to bring in Arab investors, very smart to do that because it diversifies your economy. And with this financial crisis in America with Wall Street, the Philippines protects itself with diversity of investors. So having Arab investors here is a big... But we have now been able to attract Arabs to look at opportunities in Mindanao, which is natural for the Muslim community to look at Mindanao investments. And that also would be good for the country because it'll help stimulate jobs. And, and your president, she may not remember this, but I do. She came to the United States in about October, might have been November, after September 11th in 2003. And she was one of the first international leaders to come and give a major speech. And she spoke, and she might not remember it, but her speechwriters ought to get it out. But she said, this is right after September 11th.
Okay.
She said, if you want to solve world terrorism, you must first solve world poverty. And if you want to solve world poverty, you must create jobs. That succinctly.
Yes.
She said that. And that's probably the #1 underlying condition that stimulates terrorist activities or unrest is jobs. So if we can get jobs going and economy
going... They have so much time in their hands doing nothing. That's why they think of... but that's a marching order for all the top cabinet officials, people working for BCDA, CDC, DMIA, create jobs. That's what the president is focused on. That's why she loves this project so much.
And it's jobs anywhere. Here's 70,000 jobs.
Just for the construction, you said we're going to be needing 5,000 people, right?
5,000 people during the construction phase. That's horizontal construction, vertical. And let me spend a minute. All of that's going to be done by Filipino contractors.
Okay,
all
that's good.
In fact, we had Chicho's in our office yesterday. We just renovated it. Encourage people to stop by, vendors, suppliers, contractors, lots of things going in here. Jobs, people, but he stopped in and was just amazed at the renovation. It's in an old building. It's been vacant for 5 years or longer. Cobwebs growing up. It's totally restored and renovated.
We're going to show it to them while you're talking.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's going to be shown in this show.
And Chicho said, we hired a contractor, and Chicho says, where are you from? He says, Mabalacat. Local contractor, did this project in 10 days. You don't need any international contractor.
Right.
You got great talent right here. In 10 days, I believe the contractor's name, Multiform. He probably won't mind me mentioning his name here. But he did an absolutely incredible job for us. And all the hires we've made are right here from Angeles and Mablacat. Everyone we brought in. We don't have a lot yet. We're just ramping up.
You know, when they created the law after the destruction of Clark by the eruption of Pinatubo and the pullout of U.S. forces, that's what they intended. Because when the Americans were here, if the contractors were available here and the products were available here, they're going to get it from the local economy. They're going to get it from the local area. So you're just continuing that policy that you started long time ago.
We've seen it, and they're very responsive. We could not be more pleased. We bought all the furniture from from Liberty Duty Free on the base. I mean, everything is, and that's something. I mean, I got to tell you this: our marketing strategy, and for everybody listening, is. I was sitting on EDSA with Jim Spohr. We were coming back from a meeting on Tuesday night, sitting in traffic, frustrated, saying, why does anybody want to sit in EDSA traffic? Why do they want to live in a congested community? Why do they want to pay a high rent for a very modest flat? Why do they want to pay exorbitant rents for working in Manila when they can come to Clark and everything is here? Higher quality of life, lower cost of living, easy commutes, rents that are half of what they're going to be anyplace else. Is as soon as people open up their eyes and see that, they'll all be flocking here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have another short break, and this is good. You know, when it's the investors who talk like this about Clark, about the potentials of this area, this is better than all the advertisements, the paid advertisements that we can put up. This is a locator, an investor talking about it, telling his friends abroad about what's the potentials in the area. So this brings in more investors. When we have more investors, we have more money coming in. We have people working. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about jobs after this break.
Savers Digital Hub Appliance Depot is a 3C store, complete line of consumer electronics, communication gadgets, and computers. For over 20 years now, Savers Mart has grown that far, now with 16 branches to serve you. Savers Digital Hub Appliance Depot, your total home and business solution.
Kaunlaran. Kailangan ng isang damdamin na naiintindihan ang pangangailangan ng mamamayan. Isang kaibigan na handang tumulong. Isang ina na bukas ang puso para sa lahat. Isang paninindigan na tuparin ang sinumpaang tungkulin maglilingkod. At maging liwanag katulad ng araw na tanlaw ng sambayangan kaagapay sa kaunlaran.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the final portion of today's Aksyon Central Luzon Special Edition. Ito pa rin po si Sonny Lopez. And I'm still with Mr. Dennis Wright. At sana ho, pinakikinggan ho natin ng mabuti yung kanyang sinasabi sa mga binibigay po niyang pananalita sa atin. Nakakakuha tayong tip kung saan po tayo pwede mag-invest, no? Sa mga investors po natin, dyan, mga local businessmen, this is the time for us to really put our money together. I know we can compete with the money of the Kuwaitis and the Americans, but if we if we put things together, we can do something, and we can be part of the development that we're having right now. And we're so glad to hear that Mr. Dennis Wright is telling us the people that's going to work for the area, starting with the construction, the subcontractors, the contractors, they'll be coming from other Filipinos, right?
Correct.
And this is really spreading